stamper here in Michigan. You know, I'm a demonstrator for Stampin' Up, and if you see any of the items, I'll have the links listed below. Today we're going to do the lovely lily pad and the Lily Impressions watercolor designer paper today. But before we start these, I wanted to show you a really cool idea from Kylie from Love It, Chop It. What she really talks about is, and I'll have the link for you to watch her video, to take your designer paper, and I had bought 2 sets of this, so I'm going to show you. Here's the designer paper. What people sometimes do is they leave it in the plastic bag and they never open it because they're so afraid to cut it. So what I want you to know is that I took all the paper and I cut it. This is for US sizing at 5 1/4 times 4, okay? And what you can do now that it's all cut, you can actually start utilizing some of this paper because it's already been cut and ready to go. So what I'm going to do is show you what we can do with what we've already cut. Again, I already have my A2 size. You remember I cut it at 5 1/2 horizontally, and then it's scored at 4 1/4. But it's all ready and prepped, and it's ready to rock and roll. Okay, so I'm going to have the link for you to watch her, and not to be afraid of cutting your cardstock, because when you have it cut and it's all ready and it's all prepped, you're going to use it. Okay. And this is a great way to start cleaning your closet and cleaning your craft room and getting things organized. So I'm really loving this. So let's start with this little guy here, and I'm going to show you what can happen when you do something as simple as this cut. Okay, so you take one from your already stashed, organized cuts, right? All right, now we're going to just fold it. Simple. So far so good, right? And then bone fold it. Okay. All right. Now we've got one simple ready to go. Okay. Now when you do, just for an FYI, when you do cut these, you can now have this ready for your smaller cuts as well, for your 2 1/2 or your 2 and whatever you're going to use it. But it's ready to rock and roll, whether you do a die cut using it or if you decide to just use it as a card base. Okay, just a little heads up. All right, so we've got our card base here. All right, now what we want to do is, we see these 2 really pretty designer paper. I'm going to pick from the cut that we've already done. Okay, cool, huh? She was really very helpful, so I really hope that you guys take a moment and watch it. Now you'll see that this fits the whole A2 size. Okay, isn't that great? Already fits it. If I wanted to do some smaller ones, I can still pick from my grouping. Okay, but I'm going to do this card. So this first group right here is going to be 2 and 5 1/4. Well, all you have to do, since this is 4 across, is just measure and go, and you'll have 2. So let's do that real quick. So simple, right? We're going to do 2 inches because it's 4 times 5 1/4. We don't have to measure the 5 1/4 because all we did was cut this in half. Simple, 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 right? So this is going to go on this page right here. Now this smaller guy right here, I can use the other side if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but I could, or I could do this. Ooh, that might be a good idea, you know. But I'm going to use this little guy here, and then let's see, maybe I will use him. Yeah, let's just, and then see this little guy here? I'm going to make him just a little bit smaller. He's going to be 1 3/4 times 5. All right. So from that 1 sheet of paper, there we go. See? Isn't that cool? And that came out so pretty, right? So I have my 5 1/4 times 4 Whisper White. I'm going to have that right here. Okay. And that's where this is going. So before we put this on, and this is great. We just took a group from something from here. Okay, they're all organized by color. And we said, oh, let's just take 2 And then I'm just gonna be done. I'm just gonna take one, that's it, I'm done. Put the rest back. Isn't it amazing? Now, when I cut all these up, I had all these left over, okay? We're gonna still use these. These are great to use inside the card. All we're gonna do is measure 5 1/4, 5 1/4, and we've got a couple, really 10 cards ready to go, if not more, all right? Okay, so back to this little guy. We're going to glue them up real quick. This one's right on the money at 5 1/4. Okay. And if you don't want to put 2 and you just want to put 1 down, then have at it. I just like to have a little bit more of a layered look, and I think it looks a little bit, I don't know, it just looks like you did a little bit more work and it was easier than heck. Look how quick this card's going to go together. I'm going to put this one on second, and I'm just going to eyeball it. That's, you know, right in the middle. And if you want to use your Tombow glue, that might be a good idea too, just so you can kind of maneuver it if it's off just a little bit. There we go. Okay, isn't that great? Look at that, we're almost done. Well, we're not almost done, but so there's the base of your front of your card. I love it. I love it. Now, I already got this ready. I'm just going to kind of give you an idea what we're going to set up here. This is going to be a 2.5 by 2.5. All right, bam. You can leave it like that and just put your lily pad on here, or if you want to get a little bit more elaborate like I am, then your next one is going to be, I'm sorry, this is 2 3/4 times 2 3/4. The next one's going to be 2.5 times 2.5. Now, it's real simple because we cut all this paper earlier, right? The second one is what you're going to do is take something from here that you say, oh, I want to take one that I've already got cut up. It's already ready. Which one kind of matches this grouping here? And you can actually complement and take the red, for instance, so we can turn it this way if we'd like, all right? And say, do you want the red, or do you want, hey, look at this one. That would be pretty. So let's take this one, all right? Got them all nice and organized. All right, we're gonna take this and we're gonna do 2.5 times 2.5. Simple. So we've got our card base. We kind of know what we want to do there. All right, so we're kind of cool on that. You like that? We're going to use, and I'm going to get this one ready. We're going to use the Happy Birthday, and this is from, which I really like. It's from our Peaceful Moments. Just really love that. It's so, I love the fonts of it. I like the way it looks. So, but before we, you know, tape this down and everything, let's just make sure we do it right. So I used to give myself a little practice run first. All right. All right. Happy birthday at the very bottom. Bam. Look at that. We're done. Whoops. I'm so organized here. I'm really loving this idea. And also, you can take the storage units. I just want to tell you this too. Buy one of the storage units and you can put them right in here. And you've got your whole pack all organized, ready to go, ready to rock and roll when you need the lily paper. Isn't that cool? I think that's a lot of fun and organization, and you're gonna go, oh my God, I can make more room for this paper, and I'm gonna use it because I cut it up and I'm ready to rock. So, okay. Now, we're gonna do something fun today. We're gonna do a little embossing. It's not hard, so I don't want anybody to, oh my God, how do you do that? It's so easy, all right? So I'm gonna use my pretty little lily here, all right? And I've been playing around. I have a whole bunch of different lilies I've already been doing, okay? You can do this. This was using Flirty Flamingo and Lovely Lipstick. If you just want to do, if you don't want to do embossing, that's it, done, ready to go. Or you can really get, you know, you could just go to, you could go to town. Here's a white with a flirty flamingo that I did. Or you could do a clear, a heavy embossing that really shines on here. So you could go, you could be doing this all day. All right, so you want to get your Versamark out, all right? And we're going to put on Whisper White, and then just get some computer paper or something for your embossing so it doesn't get all over the place. And let's get to crafting here. All right. I always do a couple just so I've got extra here. All right. Now I've been doing a lot of this, so I've got a little bit of the residue from the lovely lipstick, but I don't care because it actually looks great with the lilies. There's so many colors that go with this designer paper, so you know, don't feel inhibited that you can only use specific colors. We've got Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight, Lovely Lipstick, Melon Mambo. I mean, you could go to you will be going to town with all the colors that you can use, all the beautiful cardstock that you can use with this. So I'm going to put on white. Okay, this is going to be so cool. All right. See how pretty it looks so far? Okay, let me go give it a blow dry. I'll be right back. I just gave it a nice little blow dry. And if you watched my other video on Breathtaking Bouquet, it's the same idea. I did a white on this one instead of a clear. And what we're going to do now is we're going to make that white really pop, okay? So there's two colors that I'm using. I'm using either Lovely Lipstick and Melon Mambo together or separate. So I'm going to try Melon Mambo right now. I think that'll be kind of a fun color to do. And I'm just going to watch it turn alive just by giving it a color. And really, the more pressure you put on it, the better it's going to look. And look at that. So pretty, see? You can mix it up if you want to. You can put yellow if you want to. It's really, it's your choice. I'm just giving you a tool to kind of give you an idea of what you can use. We're going to try Lovely Lipstick on this other one, all right? And then when we're done, we're going to just die cut them out. Pretty cool, huh? So here's the Lovely Lipstick. It's a little bit darker. Doesn't show by much, but it's a little bit pinker on this one. Yeah, that's it. And just to give you an idea how the beautiful white of the embossing just kind of pops. So there, that's pretty cool, huh? So that was pretty simple. Let me just cut these out and I'll be right back. I did the die cut it out. So pretty with all the white embossing. Now this is the other one I did earlier using Flirty Flamingo and white embossing, and I really like the way this one came out. I want to show you a couple of other ideas as well. This is using Lovely Lipstick and the white, all right? And this is using Lovely Lipstick with a blue, just a really pretty color. I'm not going to throw these away. These are really... Remember, this stamp set is a dual purpose, so you can turn this lily over and use the other side as the shading side. And then I just used the Wink of Stella, the clear, and made this. So you could just go crazy of different ideas. So that's just to give you kind of an overall of what you can do. Now, I'm going to use this little guy for our... We're gonna now put our card together. How exciting, huh? So let me move all this fun stuff. Oh, except for one more thing. Hold on. We got to do the leaves. Now, again, this pretty stamp set right here. It's going to show you the shadowing. These are all, if you turn these over, and then they become the shadowing for all of these. So it's a dual purpose. So right now it's on the color that I want, which is the light. I want to use Granny Apple Green. Since it's already on that side, I'm going to just do that really quick. Now it has one die cut. It's just actually easier if you just cut them out, because they're so tiny. They take just 2 seconds. And look at that. I'm just going to make about 5 or 6 of them is what I would like to use. Now I'm going to turn this over. Well, clean it up first. That would be nice. Let me just clean it. Okay, so now I've turned it over, cleaned it up, and I'm going to use Mossy Meadow. So just to give you an idea, if I wanted it to be, I want to be dark, so this is what that would look like, okay? So we are going to literally just put them right on the green, on the granny apple. Okay, I cut my little leaves out. I've got everything prepped and ready for both cards actually, since we did the embossing together. And we've got our A2 size, so we already did this part already, got it ready. So let's get this on the front, all right? And I'm gonna use Tombow on this one, just so I can let it kind of glide in case I need to, you know, move it around. So use whatever you want. Then I can kind of maneuver it where I want it to without it being stuck. I've got a few seconds to do that, so let's see how that works for me. There we go. All right. So it'll take a few seconds just for it to kind of settle. And we got it on. Yes. Okay, now we already had cut the papers that we wanted. Remember, we have this one at, this one was a little bit different measurement. That one was at 2 3/4 times 2 3/4. And then remember, we got this from our paper pack that we already cut out. Chop it, you know, chop it and drop it, right? And this is 2 1/2 times 2 1/2. So this is what we're gonna get those together, all right? Doesn't matter what color you want to use. They're beautiful on both sides. I'm just going to use this color. I thought it was kind of pretty. And all the paper goes with the paper, so don't have to be fancy here. Now, let's take our really pretty emboss that we just did, our lily, and I'm going to put, I already did a die cut with this beautiful die cut. These are really pretty. I mean, they really just really pretty. They've got the smaller ones as well. I played around with the smaller ones, but I'm really digging the larger one. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a snail, you know, and let's see how that one shapes up when it's all glued down. That looks great. Yes. Now I'm going to pop this guy up, but I'm also going to pop this one up as well. So, let's do the popping of this one first, okay? Had to think about that. Oh, and before we got to do the leaves too, so we'll put this on the card, get this one ready to rock and roll. There we go. Okay, so now we've got a beautiful set ready to rock and roll with the with our lily now. Okay, now what I do to make these little leaves stay so I don't have to glue them is I'm going to put my little dimensionals in the surrounding areas that are high enough that they will stick to it and still have one in the middle, okay? So if I'm putting extra, it's because I want it for the leaves. Okay, so now I have a whole bunch of stickies on here for a reason. I'm going to take my little leaf and I'm just going to, you know, I like to do 2 at a time in one area, okay? So I'm just going to see how that is. I can always move it up. Remember, it's just paper. You can stamp another one. And like I said, it has a die cut, but it only has one die cut, and you may as well just cut these out by the time you know, cut these out in a die cut. It takes too long, and they're so simple to cut out. Okay. Now, I want this to be the base, so I think that looks kind of cool. I'm just going to put maybe 1 on the top here. Let's see. May not even need it. I might just move this one over here instead. You know, you got to play around with these. I know, I had to keep playing with it. It was going to stick out too much. So I'm going to center this right in the middle. Bam. Pretty cute. Now, let's do just just a couple of embellishments. It doesn't have to be centered or anything like that, and you can even have some of these going down here if you want to. All right, look how pretty that looks. Now let's just finish this other card up because it's not going to take but a second. So let's just take a color that we want to use. I'm thinking this one. What do you think? And then looking on both sides, that's pretty too. Oh my gosh, that one's pretty. That's a pretty one. Let's use this one. All right. Okay, so this is 5 1/4 times 4, remember? And I did it, I want to do it vertical, so I want it to be this way. And I want to get our base going first, okay? So this one here is at 3 1/4 times 4 1/4, all right? So that's an easy measurement. And then the next measurement is going to be the complementary of this one. So I think what I'm going to use is another one of these fun papers that's already cut. I'm really proud of myself. Really, I am. So I'm going to probably use this one here. Gosh, I love them. I love them all. I think what we could do is we're going to make this one the base, and we're going to make this little guy the 3 times 4. So remember, this was from our pack. We're now just going to cut it down to 3 by 4. It's all ready. I love it. Okay, now we're just going to snail this right down. We got 2 cards. Whoops. 2 cards already done. Well, I've got, now this is my 4th, so I'll have 4 cards done. But this was easy once everything was cut. Okay, all right. I've got it already set. All right, now I'm just going to center it on our one sheet right here. Perfect. Super. Look at that. Look at that. You've got your A2 already ready. So again, we're going to do a little Tombow. That was a pretty side too, wasn't it? See? All right. So I'm having a class next week, and I really wanted to show everyone how to cut their paper, get it ready, and get it organized, and start organizing craft room, and then making these really quick and easy lily pad cards, and they are so pretty. So pretty. I am in love. Okay, I had used the little green leaves for this little flirty flamingo that we did, remember? But I thought, you know what, I'm going to use, I've got so many other ones that I did do a trial before I did the video this morning, that I thought, you know what, I'm going to keep these guys, but I'm going to use this one. It just makes the leaves pop a little bit better. So I'm going to now, instead of putting lovely lipstick around it, I'm going to put the white die cut around it that I did. So let's do a little snail. Sometimes it's just a trial and error, you know, especially if you make a whole bunch of extra ones, which is what I did, and they came out really nice, all these little lilies. So I definitely am going to keep them and just use them on the next card. So there we go. That looks so cute. Hopefully it doesn't stick to the paper, because my little... Now we can center this little guy. I'm going to put him on a little bit of an angle. Okay. Now, you'll notice I did not use the trim that I used on this one. All right. I didn't think I needed to do that just because this lovely lipstick lily is going to be a little bit, it just kind of pops a little bit better. It's not that we can't use it. We definitely could. I could actually do it this way and just put it right underneath here, which would have been a good idea before we put it down. but that's what I would have done, made it nice and simple, and that's what we can do right now if we want to do that. Let's just do that really quick. I'm going to cut off right here. There we go. And the way you're going to measure this is you're just going to use that line as the measuring. Again, it would have been smart to do it before, but it's not. It still can be done. Okay. And use any of your pick tools, okay, to kind of maneuver it to get it where you want it. There we go. Super. All right, so now let's do some embellishments on it. And remember, we already had this ready. Okay, so we already had our inside done. All right, so we're just going to use the Tags in Bloom. This is part of that celebration, the new series. All right, this is great. So I did the wishing you the best, and we're just going to pop that in the inside of the card, and I'm just going to center it right there. Yeah, I like to center it right on the perfect. Okay. And nice job. Look at that. We did pretty good there today, huh? And last but not least, a couple of embellishments, random, of course. Doesn't have to be, you know, anywhere specific. I usually use an odd number, but you can use whatever you want. There we go. All right, so this came out really quick today. I mean, this is amazing. We've got the cute little happy birthday ones that came out so pretty, and the pretty little lilies, and using the Tags in Bloom, and also cutting up your designer paper. So get that ready and rock and roll, pack it up, and then use it, okay? Don't let your paper sit in the plastic. Start using up the paper, okay? So anyway, I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you have a great week going forward, and I'll chat soon, all right? You take care. Have a great day. Bye.